Welcome back to the Mustang Blueprint. I am host John O'Brien here today with...
I'm Jonathan Cristobal.
And I'm Jaiden Fredrickson.
And we are here to talk about Mustang Jamz. And why don't I allow my guests to introduce themselves a little bit first?
So I am Jonathan. I am a junior. I am going for music education, and I'm generally part of the music program. So,
I'm Jaiden. I'm a freshman. I'm actually only going into college for psychology and justice administration with a minor in interdisciplinary fine arts. I would say I'm still heavily involved in the music program. It's just not something that I decided to focus on.
Very, very, very interesting. And the reason I wanted to bring you on is you guys are both a part of Mustang Jamz. So where did you start? When did you start thinking first about starting Mustang Jamz here?
So I'll start this one since it was me and a bunch of friends. We were talking about wanting to start a band because, music majors, or at least people who are like-minded in the music department are like, oh, can we start a band or just, jam out? And that's kind of how it started. I started talking to two of my close friends in the, who are also doing music education. And we planned on doing it, but I didn't want to do it on the first semester immediately. And so I just said, okay, we'll wait on it. And then come second semester, here in SMSU at least, we started planning on this, and then we started wanting to actually make it work. And that's where Jaiden comes in. She caught wind of this club organization that we're trying to form, and she said, can I join? And then I said, I'd be glad to. What instruments? And then, we all hit it off. We started thinking about okay, let's do Mondays. Let's do instruments here, instruments there, a few singers, and then we started publicizing. And yeah, that's kind of how we just rolled with it.
Okay, very interesting. You mentioned about the first semester. Why? So I know it started during this semester, but why weren't you initially able to start during the fall semester? Was there an option to, or not really?
We know there was an option to. First of all, we just didn't know how to do it. And second is that we just got here. We didn't know how college life here in SMSU will go down. And we were also part of other organizations, for example, the drama club. We were also part of theater, most of our main stage theater productions. This semester, we just kind of found out okay, we can sneak a bunch of these times in whenever we're free. And we found out that at evenings, actually, that most people are free. So it's out of the way from all of our classes. We don't have to be problematic about our schedules because of it. And yeah.
I would say that the trouble with getting it started last semester is that it was kind of late into the semester as well. And by the time we finally formed the group, the actual group, it was almost winter break, between fall and then spring. So we're there'd be no point to do this for 2 weeks and then have to leave for a month. So starting spring semester just made a lot more sense. It's everybody's coming back, something new to look forward to.
Who initially helped you get this idea off the ground and running?
We just felt like we should start it, and then we've always wanted it to work. And so what we did was I built up the courage to actually start asking some of our professors who would probably help us and be very supportive, which come to know, actually talking to them, that they're very supportive of, even though we're doing contemporary music and far away from our chorale or concert band, jazz band, all our ensembles at all. They're still supportive about it, and they wanted us to experiment. They wanted us to bring music to not just here in the music department, but also to people who are just interested in general.
So was who were the specific like professors that helped you get it going?
Yeah, it started with Dr. Kingsbury, and I opened the idea to him, and he said, "Yeah, that would be awesome." Talk to Dr. G about it first, though, which Dr. Ginocchio. And after that, I talked to Dr. Ginocchio. He said, "Oh yeah, I can create like a little permit thing so that you guys can stay until whatever time you need, and I'll also lend you a key for the band room," which we decided on the band room since most of the instruments that we already have are in the band room, and we didn't have to like move too many things around.
I want to switch gears now a little bit and talk about like Jamz itself. You have it like every Monday from 7:30 to 9:30. Was there initially a thought of, hey, do we just do it bi-weekly, or should we just right away, hey, let's do it every week during the semester when we are here on Monday nights?
Actually, yeah. My first thought actually starting this was that I wanted to do it bi-weekly because I wanted to be able to have 2 days where, for example, one day some people can't attend, and then we have another day for other people that can attend. And, you know, it gives like other people, like if who want to keep making music, have fun, to also attend 2 days. And right now, actually, we've started talking about like, would we want to do a Friday night? And
Yeah, we've actually been talking about that recently, trying to get Friday evenings, due to the fact that like Mondays don't typically work for a lot of people, and obviously in Jamz we want it to be like, if you want to come, we'll make that happen. Like I personally, I guess, am very accommodational when it comes to that, where I'm like, if you can't come on Mondays, we'll figure out a time for you to come on Fridays, because if people want to show up, I'd want them to be able to feel like they can, not like, oh, this is the one day, and if you can't show up, you can't show up. But that's not how it is. It's not how I want it to feel. So.
Yeah, it was like the biggest trend with, especially since we have people who are also in the theater department, they have a lot of rehearsals in the evening, and they can't really attend, especially like one of the people who also founded the group wasn't able to attend most of the time because they had theater rehearsals. So
yeah, I mean, I just got done with the drama club's production of Elektra, and this last Monday was actually my first rehearsal back in like a month, because we hadn't been able to do, like, our rehearsals just overlapped with Jamz, which is also a big reason on why we're trying to get Fridays, because it's like, we want people to be able to be involved in everything.
So you want to be able to have it on 2 days, basically, yeah. So everybody gets their chance to play. And that kind of bridges me into the next question, is why do you want to do this every week? Is it because you want to get a bunch of people together to jam out and have other people come and listen to the music you're jamming out to? Or is it just, hey, we have this music that we want to play and just have some fun?
All of the above, actually. And we were also thinking about doing gigs as well within campus and possibly out of campus, actually. We've been having the idea out there of having outside gigs, but definitely we'll have performances within campus. We want people to come in. We want people to perform. We want people to just vibe out. We want to, jam out, hang out, all of the above there.
Yeah, like on my end, it's kind of the same. It's like I want people to be able to do what they love, and whether that's coming and listening or coming and playing. And then, yeah, like with gigs, we've had lots of ideas, and I would say that my ideas definitely shoot very far. But I've brought up possibly doing something for the upcoming like fine arts roundup, or for next semester's Gold Rush Days, which like that's definitely shooting far for how new this group is, but we want to get out there. Like, we want people to be able to do what they love, and yeah.
So have people do what they love and have people play music, and it doesn't matter what type of genre of music it is. So, like, what type of music do you guys play at these jam sessions?
Ooh. Recently we've been doing a lot of pop music, rock music. We have a little like funky numbers in there as well.
There's a little bit of jazz in there too.
A little bit of jazz. We have some I've introduced this activity we've been doing, which is like genre change exercise, which is taking a song from a certain genre and then turning it into another style, essentially. We've also had like the idea of doing acoustic. We've also had the idea of doing a little more heavy with like a big band. Right now we have just a basic rock combo, and we kind of want more people. We want a lot more people. With Pep Band also finishing, and I'm thinking jazz band as well, but I know for a fact Pep Band has finished their season, and some people still want to play. They can come right out every Monday and Friday. So
yeah.
With that, is it like popular music that you guys play, and are they like cover bands? Like, are they like one of those popular songs that people know that you take from their cover and play, like Crazy Train?
yeah, we try to keep it popular, keep it as long as people are familiar with the song. We want to play as much of those as possible. We're also careful about like the material we're using, because there are some songs that we all like, that we're all familiar with, that are like heavy on the topics, but we just try to, keep it high energy most of the time. We try to play songs that we generally like. So.
It's kind of just songs that like everybody knows right now. Like, I would say the top 3 that we have are like Holiday by Green Day, Mr. Brightside, and I'd say the most recent one is Tearing My Heart by 21 Pilots. Those are the top 3 that like I would say most people know, and that's kind of what we've tried to stick to so far, is just like those general songs that like you'd hear on the radio. Mostly so when people come by, it's like they actually can enjoy it because they know it, and yeah.
Yeah, we also have a few popular numbers, like, for example, 5 Seconds of Summer. We've had Leve, Bruno Mars. Well, we were thinking of doing Bruno Mars, which recently, actually, we made, we had a listening party for Bruno Mars' new album, which is called The Romantic. So we just came out and started listening to it. Yeah, we just had a good time.
What are ways that you guys select the music that you want to play for any given jams session? Because I'm sure you all have difference in opinion of what you want to play versus what Jaiden wants to play. Like, you guys have to have like a selection process, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I wanted to be able to play as much of everybody's songs that they like as possible. I started this playlist that we can all add into, and then we also have another playlist of songs that we are ready to perform, or at least are wanting to keep rehearsing more, so that everybody's sure to like, oh, these are all the songs that we can play. We can also show it to other people if they want that song to start playing.
Yeah, like the playlist we have of songs, it's got like over 300 songs on it, of just songs that anybody would generally be okay with playing. And then we kind of just go through that and pick, I want to say like 7 or 8 songs for each week. And I would say that the genre of those songs we pick are definitely all over the place, but I would say that that's like, it's like good for us in a way, so that we don't focus too much on like the same genre and then all songs start to sound the same when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you get the song selected, you're about to perform. Like what are like the roles for like what everybody does for a jam session? Do you have like, oh, this person plays the drums, person plays the keyboard, or this person plays like the xylophone? Like
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good question actually, because we've been introducing the idea of having a listed lineup for each song that we play. For example, we just all agreed on most of these, but last Monday we had Jaiden sing for "Tear in My Heart" because she
Right.
really wanted to play that, or at least sing that, and so we switched up a little bit. One of our guitarists plays drums as well, so he goes to play drums. I keep playing guitar. Our bassist is still on bass, and we got somebody on piano who came in a little late, but they were there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we typically have we have a very specific lineup. Not that it has to ever stay that way. That's just kind of how it goes. I mean, yeah, we've got Jonathan on guitar, and then we've got like our bassist typically stays on bass. I usually stay on drums, and then we have I like to call him our backup drummer because he likes to play the guitar as well as sing. And then we've got our main vocalist. And then we've got those couple people that like to show up whenever they can, that like to sing along with our main vocalist. But like that's obviously all subject to change. That's just kind of how it goes when we come in for the first hour. And then it's like, all right, what song do you guys want to play? And then how do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Whereas I would say the most of the time, the biggest changes are between me and the other drummer, switching back and forth between singing and playing. But
Yeah, I also want to say, like our vocalist most of the time switches around too. So we have our main vocalist, and some people, for example, if she can't reach notes like low down, then we can switch around, and we can have backup singers now. So
So that kind of leads me into my next question about the vocalists. Like, do you have one main vocalist, or do you have multiple of them that sing every song?
we have a lot of vocalists.
I would say we only really have one main vocalist,
Yep.
but we have people that, like, if they want to sing, they will come sing. And, like, we're totally fine with that. And, like, I personally enjoy when people come into the band room during our rehearsals and start singing along, or just sit there and listen, because it's kind of like that pre-audience for if we'd end up doing bigger things. It's like we've already gotten that practice in for those couple people, and yeah.
Yeah. A lot of our vocalists actually are in choir.
Yeah.
Because I did open up the idea to that, and a lot of them are very interested. So they just came in, started singing. I'm also from in choir, both in choir and band actually.
So am I. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we just bond and enjoy the music we make together like that. So
I was gonna say it's really easy to get to get that bond with those people within, because I mean I would say that mostly everyone involved in jams at the moment is involved in the music program somehow, whether it's like just band, or it's like band, choir, orchestra, pep band, jazz, like somebody's definitely involved somewhere in music, which makes it very easy to keep this going.
We started getting more people from other backgrounds as well, like one of our guitarists who's also playing drums. He's not music program, but he's in law, I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I was like, that's very just random, which is something I like, because at least we're actually
branching
opening up to other people now, and we're getting a lot more people.
That brings me into a few questions about like what are goals of this. Like, my next question has to be like, do you think jams will become a thing where you guys can go to open mic night at the Gambler?
We really want to do stuff like that. Like, I have talked to many people and been like, hey, like, what are good places around this area? Like, whether that's Granite, Falls, or Marshall, or Wilmer even.
Somewhere in the area.
Yeah, just somewhere in the area. Like, where can we go to be able to, like, put ourselves out there? Because obviously we're not going to get anywhere by just sticking in the band room. But,
that's been open to us, and I've also wanted to do it since it could also be, like, a fundraising thing. We can, if we generate enough, we can probably help with paying someone's, like, paying for a few scholarships, possibly, for at least for people in the groups. But still, shooting too far. This is, like, still a very young organization, and we just want to have fun most of the time and have the best for everybody else in our Jamz group.
So what is the ultimate goal of Jamz? If people were to ask, hey, what is the goal of this group that likes to get together, jam out, and play music? What are they striving for by the end of their time at SMSU?
I kind of found it as, like, the jams in general. We wanted it to be almost like a simulation of how an actual band would work. We have, like, our own system. We have our own organization. We have our own, like, student government, kind of. But most of the time, we're just together having fun. And we still want it to, like, last for a fairly long time, actually. Like, if we have people coming in, students coming in that could, like, be people that can stay in the group and keep it going for years and years to come, hopefully. And we just want to perform. A lot of us just want to perform in public in general and, you know, share music with everybody.
I was gonna say, like, music is definitely one of those, like, forms of art where it's like it connects everyone. So it's like, I guess the biggest goal for me is, like, getting everybody to, like, connect, especially with especially in these times. I would say that it's, like, very important that we are able to connect with one another. And I would say that recently, I would say that, like, Jamz has done that. Like, we've brought in a lot of people, and they all seem to have a good time. So it's like, it would be nice to see what we could do going forward when that's not just, like, it would be nice to see what we can do outside of the band room.
I think Jamz, yes, although it's gotten started this semester, I think you guys still have room for making it better and doing other opportunities. So that is very good that you guys became a club for people who want to play music here. And so we're getting low on time here, and my last question for you guys before I let you go is, where can people find Mustang Jamz, and what days and times does it happen?
All right. So on Instagram, it's mustang.jamz, jams with a Z. And we post pretty much, like, almost every week.
Our social media manager posts, like, a lot.
A lot. She just posted,
if you don't,
like,
come, you'll
last
definitely
night as
stay
well.
up to date.
Yeah. And what days we've been talking about, it's mostly been Mondays, but we are getting into talks with our band members, trying to get a Friday night going on. But it is Monday, 7:30 to 9:30, and do come. We don't mind if you don't want to perform. If you just want to vibe and hang out,
come sit and listen. Just come do that.
What room?
The 135, is that what it is?
Yeah, the FA 135 in the band room, if you can't find the numbers. So
right.
All right. Thank you very much for a great chat tonight, and we'll see you in the next episode.
In high school, I was never the most, like, outspoken, which might seem weird now seeing me in the situations that I'm in the jobs that I'm in. But I really wasn't, like, an outgoing person. I wasn't the most confident. I really kind of just kept to myself. You know what I mean? I did the best that I could, and I was just this like shell, like, and I didn't really come out of that. But then once I had like gained the confidence, not that you have to lose weight or anything like that to gain that confidence, but for me, that was what triggered it. Like, that's what like was kind of holding me back, is I just didn't have that self-confidence. And once I felt that, I was like, there it is. Like, there's the Brooke that I want.